Hey guys, Ashley here, also known as the AJ Lee fan. So I know that it's early, it's like 6 something right now, but I really wanted to make a video. I decided that I'm going to make an AJ Lee and Sasha Banks video on why AJ Lee is better than Sasha Banks at everything that she does, because a lot of the smarks really hated when I said that on Instagram. But I'm not gonna do the video right now. I might do it later on tonight because it's just so early. I don't feel like going on a rant for like 28 minutes or making it a long video if I'm just gonna get tired out. So I rather do it later on. I decided to do a video on some of the male superstars that I always thought AJ Lee would be like good with them. Like she could, I don't want to say help them, but like I think that they would be like great together if they had the storylines to make that work. So it's not really a long list because I don't really see her working with a lot of people, but let's see what you guys think. So the first person on my list is Randy Orton. Now, I'm not saying they would be like a couple or anything. I honestly think that it wouldn't work because I don't know. I just don't see Randy Orton and AJ Lee together. I find that very, very, very kind of like weird. I don't know. I'm starting to realize other people are starting to shit Randy Orton and Alexa Bliss, and I don't even know where that came about. They had like two in ring segments. Chill out, guys. But yeah, I honestly think that their gimmicks work, and if they like were to make them like not a couple, like I don't know, maybe Ashley could like be his valet or something, kind of like with Daniel Bryan cheering him on outside the ring and being like his partner and trying to do sadistic stuff. That would be pretty interesting to see, in my opinion. I would really love to see something like that. That's why I was so upset with like I didn't mind her and Brie Bella stuff in 2013 because I absolutely loved it because whatever feud AJ Lee said she's gonna make it work. I just thought it had more potential than WWE was doing. Like they weren't putting Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella and mixed tag team matches with what Randy Orton and AJ Lee. I mean, we already know they're married. You don't have to. I mean, engaged. You don't really have to hide it for everyone. I mean, I'm pretty sure everyone at the time was watching Total Divas, so you could just easily just put them in a mixed tag team match. And I also thought that when Randy Orton was attacking Daniel Bryan and making Brie Bella watch, that would have been the perfect opportunity for AJ Lee to come out there and show Brie that she has the upper hand going into Battleground. I honestly thought that would have been pretty cool. So I do think that WWE did miss the opportunity in making the feud just a little better than it was. So yeah, AJ and Randy Orton, their gimmicks mixed because they're both sadistic characters, crazy characters, and it could definitely work. I really think Randy Orton would be able to bounce off her because I honestly think the one thing that was always missing from Randy Orton's career was a female to bounce off of because they tried to do that with Stacey Kembler and it didn't work because who the fuck is Stacey Kembler besides eye candy? There's nothing to bounce off of. So like I honestly think that was always something that was missing from Randy Orton's career. Not a couple, not him being partnered up with a girl that he got a kiss on live television every week. Like a good valet that's just like his character and they get stuff done in a ruthless way without any pity for anyone. So I always thought her and Randy Orton would be cool if they had that chance to work together. I'd rather take Randy Orton and Dolph Ziggler because that was just terrible for AJ Lee. Dolph Ziggler was singly handed responsible for ruining her fucking career and her momentum. But that's a rant for a different time. Okay, on to number two, even though I'm kind of against it, I kind of wouldn't mind seeing what her and Dean Ambrose can do if they had the chance of being partner up. Like I know people like to ship them as a couple. I honestly don't see that at all. I feel like that would just be shoving them, making them couple be shoving them down our throats as just a Joker and Harley Quinn couple. I honestly think that Randy Orton and AJ Lee would be a better Joker and Harley Quinn pairing than her and D'Ambrose because I don't know, D'Ambrose. What I don't think his fans realize is that he's not crazy. He does crazy shit. AJ Lee is crazy, and she does crazy things. D'Ambrose was just doing stupid, ordinary things to be funny. And then when he tried to be edgy, it came off cringy because people didn't want to see him do that because his mic work was always like goofy, except for 2016. I think some of his mic work was pretty interesting in 2016, but all his other stuff, besides being in the Shield, like when he was on his own, some of his mic work was kind of goofy and just like, what? But if WWE did have the chance to put him together, I wouldn't mind if AJ was like his valet or something, probably cutting his promos or whatever, helping him win matches. I wouldn't mind that. But I want to have her be his valet forever because I want her to win a championship or something like that. So that'll probably always be interesting to see what WWE would have had done if they would have made that storyline come true. Number 3, her and Seth Rollins. Like, I actually ship them. Like, I honestly think if Seth Rollins, if AJ Lee wasn't married to CM Punk, which in my universe probably would have had never happened, if Seth Rollins wasn't with Becky Lynch, I honestly think that him and AJ Lee would really connect well because he's kind of nerdy and geeky, and you know she's a nerdy and geeky girl, and I really think that if you sit down with AJ Lee, you'll really connect with her in a way you never connected with her, which is always a good feeling. I honestly think her and Seth Rollins would be pretty cool together. Like if she was in his little Messiah thing, I honestly think that it would definitely work. And that's the one thing that's only missing from Seth Rollins is that he should have a female in his Messiah team. Now I know it's hard to pick one, but if I just say if he was to choose a female to be in his Messiah team, definitely Liv Morgan. I honestly think she deserves a push, and WWE isn't really calculating on it correctly. I know they're giving her a documentary to get fans to root for her, but I honestly think if you were to build her up correctly, fans would be more attracted to her than they are now. So, I don't know, I just don't understand why they're not building her up correctly. It's kind of really upsetting to see her go like that because ever since forever, when she came back, she had a lot of potential, but they put her in that stupid Rusev and Bobby Lashley and Lana storyline, and it made her seem as if she was gay or a lesbian for Lana, which didn't make any sense in my opinion, which is really stupid. Liv Morgan and Lacey Evans are not being used correctly, and like they're my favorites besides Alexa Bliss and Charlotte. And Alexa Bliss and Charlotte are my favorites, and then it's Liv Morgan and Lacey Evans, but they haven't done anything Lacey Evans. Becky Lynch is handedly responsible for burying her because Becky Lynch runs out of the Bella Twins. She was heel 1 week, face 1 week, heel 1 week, face 1 week, and that just ruins her championship reign. And it just makes people really confused on who to fucking root for in the matches because it made no sense. Because when Seth Rollins was holding his Universal Championship, she was a babyface. But if I can remember correctly, didn't she just turn heel in 2018 and she was still a heel in 2019? So that made no sense. I don't even know who the babyface was and the WrestleMania main event between Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte because to me Charlotte's always better as a heel anyway. But she isn't bad as a babyface, like people like to say. People like to say this they can't connect with her because there's nothing to connect to. I honestly think that's a lie, but whatever. But yeah, I honestly think that AJ Lee and Seth Rollins would be pretty cool if they were in the Messiah thing. So yeah, that would be pretty awesome. And I know this is out of ordinary, but the 5th person that I have to say that I would love AJ Lee to work with is Bray Wyatt. Now, not the Bray Wyatt when he was running the Wyatt family because I feel like that would just got pretty boring for her and she would just want to have anything to do. But the Fiend stuff, it kind of hurts that AJ Lee isn't here because she would be perfect for the Fire Fun House. Her and Lacey Bliss, I always think that her and Lacey Bliss would be a cool tag team. I honestly think if AJ Lee came back, they would definitely connect. They have to be heel tag teams because they cannot be babyface tag teams. That's why it didn't really work with her and Nikki Cross. It would work definitely with her and AJ Lee if they're heel tag team components because it would just work because they have the same mannerisms and everything, the same heel tactics, and I just love it. And AJ Lee, it really hurts AJ Lee isn't here because she could definitely be in a Fire Fun House because she's really good at the crazy psychological stuff. So it would be really cool to see her do that. So I'm actually kind of interesting to see what they do with this whole Randy Orton stuff with the feed and Alexa Bliss, because that would be pretty cool to see. So that has been my list of the people that I could see AJ Lee partnering up with in WWE. Let me know your list, and you guys be safe, and thank you for supporting my channel. Good night. Bye.